gather around, sit down, and guys, welcome back to the channel. Last episode, we got out of that wee workshop area, and we are now, the shaking has stopped, but we are yet to be out of danger, it sounds like.
Let's hurry.
So let's keep going. We're so close to the end. Too. Okay.
Hey, Junpei.
Yeah,
Yo.
I know.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's unlock the Uranus key card.
It's open. Let's go.
Let's go, chat. I'm not live streaming right now, chat. What?
Okay, Neptune key. Let's see if you work.
Come on.
Yes. I think it unlocked.
Nice. Oh, we're at the incinerator. Oh no.
Incinerator. This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Oh,
then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Are they in
Pull that
there?
and the door should open.
Got it.
Yep, the incinerator door's open. But where's Santa? Where's Ace? Where's June?
Let's go.
And where's Lotus? Are they in here? Have they been waiting? The 9 door. Santa, June.
What the hell is going on?
I'm guessing Ace
What's
has
wrong?
probably got
Are you
his...
okay?
Ace will have a weapon, won't he?
Jumpy, you came to get me.
I'm here.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
Hey,
Oh,
what
no.
happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
No.
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You
I
shouldn't
don't think
worry
June's
about me.
real.
Santa.
What's happened to Santa?
Where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took
They,
the gun.
Lotus
What?
and
Who
Ace.
took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Oh no,
Ace.
Ace has it.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo.
Yeah, we all know
CEO of
now.
Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Everyone's found out everything.
You have me at a disadvantage, and I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to
What do you
understand
mean?
my pain?
What do you mean?
Pain
Your
of
pain.
prosopagnosia, right?
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes
Oh,
no
so he
difference
just,
to me.
he just
This is a waste of
knew.
time.
He
Anyway.
just knew. He knew. Okay.
First
One.
is 1. Give me your hand.
Oh, he's gonna do Lotus, and then he's gonna use his
8.
number 9,
And with this,
the number 9 bracelet,
9.
and now he's gonna,
The ninth man. Kubota's bracelet.
yeah, and now
I
he can
believe
open
I've
the.
won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you.
No.
I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is.
Not yet. So it's Santa or June. Right. We're thinking it's Santa. That's right. We figured out
At any
it's
rate,
Santa.
this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments.
What's happening?
Goodbye.
What's
Wait!
gonna happen? What? 7?
What? Why isn't it opening?
It's probably gonna activate
One
the.
more time. Now open! No!
It won't accept
What
Ace's
is this?
bracelet.
Why? The digital root should be 9. It has to be 9. Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Great error.
Now!
Go 7. Take him out. Take Ace out. Hell yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, that was close. Too close.
I still don't know
Thank
who
you,
Lotus is.
Don't
Who the hell
mention
is
it.
Lotus?
Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After
Yeah.
what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces.
Do it.
If a
Let's
suspect
incinerate
can't talk,
him.
they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
Okay.
9 years ago? Then you
Then
must
you
be.
must be.
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
Seven's the detective. Junpei's just some random guy, but why is Junpei here? There's gotta be a reason.
Killed
I feel like...
Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Yeah, he
Wait.
did.
Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet. All right. We'll just go through them in order then.
Let's
Let's
go.
start
Wait,
off
I don't
with
think
Kubota.
Ace killed... Yeah, so...
You talked
Kubota.
to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone.
Alone.
You killed him without making it look like you killed him.
Yeah.
The way I
And then?
figure it, you had 4 motives. 1.
1.
In the nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever
The
had
strong-
the 9 bracelet could join whatever team
Whatever
they wanted.
team they wanted. Yeah.
Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital route. Which
Exactly
means
right.
that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You
They
wanted
could
to
go
remove
wherever
that
they
threat
wanted.
as soon as possible. 2.
Yeah.
You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself,
Yep.
so that you could make use of its power.
Exactly right.
In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3.
Which is 3.
Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a
But it
problem.
was a problem.
He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4.
Yep.
But last, and perhaps the most disturbing,
You wanted
you
to?
used Kubota as a test.
As a test.
You wanted to know how serious this nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to
Yeah.
break the rules so you could see what would happen.
Exactly.
That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next
Okay.
was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big
Near the
hospital
big
room.
hospital room. So you thought
However,
it was Snake.
because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly
thought it
because
was
when you
Snake.
met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki?
That was Nijisaki.
Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake.
Yep. So,
Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years
9
ago.
years ago.
You remembered him because he was the blind kid. But his
Yeah.
presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me.
You wanted to
But if
take
that's
out
true,
a threat.
Why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the
Either
reason,
way,
anyone
you
who
wanted
knows
them
my
dead.
past is a threat.
Exactly.
Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill
Can't
him.
believe Ace is the bad
The
guy,
murder
though.
weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved
Okay.
it over the red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then,
Then
when the
push
door
him in.
opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed.
And all of a sudden he had to find...
And then 81 seconds passed.
Yep.
And poor Nijisaki was dead.
But then how did
You
he
mean to
kill the
say-
final one?
Snake is still alive?
Yes.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new.
Exactly right.
Thank you for killing the wrong man. But I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead.
That isn't good for you,
Although,
Snake,
to
is
be
it?
honest,
It's not great.
Even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
That's fair enough.
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Neither would I.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death.
Yeah, this one I don't know
Clover and I
about.
were investigating the chart room. You came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room.
Huh.
You had been in charge of the nonary project. Of course, you would have known the solution to every puzzle,
Right.
which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation
The
on the door to
indentation
unlock
on the
it.
door. And then he
Door
could go
opened, You
through.
could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it.
Right.
You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest.
I thought it was Santa who did it, but it was...
One blow was all it took. And then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
So why did they
There was
make
something I
it look
wanted
like...
to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true
what? What
purpose
was
had
he
been to
after?
slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't
Right.
a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it?
Why did?
Ace,
Yeah. Why? How did he know
Musashido's
that?
murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it,
But why?
but why?
Yeah.
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Is it a note from Zero?
Let's see. Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images
Oh.
captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world.
Oh.
Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please. Zero.
When I awoke in that
Interesting.
room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket.
In your pocket.
That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I
But
could,
You failed.
then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan.
But
Unfortunately for me, you got to it first.
yeah.
That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then?
Why?
Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters,
But you were gonna
I
kill
asked
whoever
him.
it was.
and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him.
I see.
But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he
You
was.
didn't want any
I
witnesses.
proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Right.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes.
This whole time.
So it would seem.
This whole
I was little
time
more
you.
than a puppet. In
Yeah.
many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared.
Everything was ready
The Reds
to.
in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake.
Yeah.
There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back.
It was all just
Nijisaki as well.
prepared.
In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple
It was
trap.
all even
But
even
yes.
the first guy.
Yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line, and
Hook,
sinker.
line, and sinker.
I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
He did.
By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands.
That's a good point.
All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this
When
notary
you
game
killed
happened. Am I right? Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any.
Ain't no
Santa-
point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa.
We all
Actually,
know.
I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're
You
Aoi
are
Kurashiki.
Kurashiki.
No doubt about
Yeah.
it.
There's
Never
no
thought
way
I'd
you're
be
not.
back in this
You-
room talking
we-
to you.
This is crazy.
But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After
What?
all, the person who planned the nonary game this time around was Zero.
Was Zero.
And Zero's you.
You.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh?
Okay. But there's still so
Yeah,
much I need to
you got me.
understand.
I'm Aoi Kurashiki.
Hello,
I was
Aoi.
one of the kids in the nonary game 9 years ago.
The one who lost
I
his
made it out.
sister.
So did Snake over there. But there's one thing. No, I guess there's 2 things you got wrong.
What? You're not
Number
Zero?
1, I ain't Zero.
Yeah, I thought so. It's June.
What?
It's
Wait,
June.
what?
It's June. I knew it. It's June. June
Sure,
is Zero.
I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a
Okay.
secretary. But an assistant's only an assistant. I
Right.
didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's
Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
It's
Calm
June.
down there, Junpei. Didn't I say 2
Two
things?
things.
You made one more mistake. Junpei, You just said all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago.
It's not revenge.
That's why this nonary game happened.
You can't revenge something about someone who didn't die.
That's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose.
Oh.
There's another
It's
reason you guys were playing the nonary game.
To reveal...
To save someone.
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this
I
room.
don't think
I was
so.
there. I saw...
7?
What?
7?
What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki?
What?
Ugh. Oh, my head. My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
What's happening?
7! What the hell is going on?
What's happening to 7?
I don't know.
What did
I
Zero
don't know,
do?
it's- Oh, I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode.
7?
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon.
The
And what was
transferring
that
of...
phenomenon? For two organisms to
Communicate with
one
another.
in the absence
Yeah.
of physical contact. The
Telepathy,
morphogenetic field
basically.
theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information?
Right.
That was what this experiment was conducted to determine.
Yeah.
There were two separate locations. One was the gigantic, and
And
the
the
other was
other
a
was a
building
building in
Nevada
Nevada
called
called Building
Q.
Q. Is there another one happening
Nine
right
children
now?
trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles.
that
Copies
what's
of identical
happening?
ones on the gigantic. They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the gigantic.
Yeah.
The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the
And the
gigantic.
gigantic.
Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up,
But their pair wasn't.
There was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. For some reason,
However-
she was placed on the gigantic with the receivers, like me.
Yeah.
Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the gigantic.
Okay.
I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things
Yeah.
you couldn't.
Oh, right.
How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed?
I shouldn't know
Were you
that.
surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the
No.
coffin Snake was trapped in? How the
How
hell
did-
did you open it?
Yeah.
Well, that's...
He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures then? This is wild. Imagine a river that splits in two like an upside down Y. A river flows from the top to the bottom from a single stream into two branches. It only flows in one direction, it can never flow backwards. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future but never flows backwards. That's why people at the river's source in the past would never know about those downstream in the future. But people downstream will never know about one another. Information only flows along the path of the river, but I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet. But I am also 0. Am I? Wait. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you can say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0. Wait, what? Where did she go? Akane? June? No, Akane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover... Oh shit.
Freeze.
Santa's got the gun. Guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace, though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head. Sure isn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he just looks drained. I guess he's going for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
He can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
What? That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. And now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door still opens.
Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
What just happened? I'm Santa. I'm the 9th leader, but I'm not Santa. I'm Zero.
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
I'm so lost now.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you
Who's
considered
June?
where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
Start the incinerator?
No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit, we've got to do something. Maybe we can still get out through door 9. There's the red. Yeah, alright, we can do this. I've just got to... No, it's not going to work. There's no way. The 5 of us can't open this door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 equals 26, which makes 8. Is there any combination that'll work?
Can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Yeah. Sure, why not? I don't think I'm going to need them ever again. Oh, she certainly looks purposeful. I think if we get Snake's arm off, looks like she's writing equations, a lot of them. Huh, a man. Oh man, she doesn't look very happy. What? Hey, no need to be ripping pages out like that. Jeez.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
What's happening right now? Why isn't Junpei got a voice? Alright, at least 7 got it away from him. Maybe now I can get a look at what she's writing. All the combinations. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7. Who's staying behind?
What?
And there's no other way?
8 is staying behind. Lotus. Lotus. Looks like she'd figured it out, though. Man, this is
It's
just too
okay.
cruel.
Go.
What?
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Oh, don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
No.
God damn it, you idiot!
Lotus? Whoa, where the hell did that come from? Looks like she expected that about as much as I did.
Without... if you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
Wait, 7 knows who Lotus is? For a cop, he sure doesn't have much
Dad?
confidence.
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job. Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright?
7 knows... yeah, because I still don't know who Lotus
7.
is.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
What if we take Snake's arm off?
You're all idiots.
Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you're about to cry.
That being said, however...
Wait. Yeah, okay. Shh. Game, shush. Calculator. If we've got 2 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Wait, no, clear. 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. 24. Oh. Plus...
However,
Don't we have that
I
6?
doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
It kept erroring.
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but...
It sounded like it
I
was
was
erroring.
able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier, at the red.
Yeah,
yeah.
he kept getting the error.
What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9. It has to be 9.
What if it...
Why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see. Why don't we give it a shot?
Okay.
Give it a shot.
Yes, that is what I said.
Let's see if we get error or if we get out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 18,
You
9.
were right.
It ain't opening.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
Okay.
Think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
Or... Shit. If we can't get through the door, we can't get out. The walls are way too high. There's no way in hell we could get to that hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. I guess this is it. This is the end. But... there's got to be something more. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums I heard. Oh, a carne vision! Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant, and we were one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise, like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him, and we became one. Instead of Junpei, somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind 9 years in the future. But I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present, and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually, it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That's why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
Oh. That was my brother Aoi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
We ran down a long straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got into a fist fight. A girl watching them began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It has been 2 hours since the Nonu game began. We were starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
Light. He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down, and we gathered around
I
him.
have a little sister. She is very important to me.
Okay.
Right now, she is over in Building Q, and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her
Okay.
name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
Wait, her name is actually Clover? As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hands, with 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted.
Oh, I see.
I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is, well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me. And I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her.
That's so cute.
Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate.
That's so cute.
Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand?
And
If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We
Okay.
need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way.
and there's the
Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck?
and luck.
Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
That's so cute. He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
That's so cute. When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes ago before was gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. They arrived at the incinerator. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. But for some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was the only one. But if there was only one door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do?
That sounded like Lotus.
There aren't any other doors.
We began to panic. Then, as if things had not gotten bad enough already,
Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in
18 minutes. 19.
Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat.
Wait, what if
Emergency
every
incineration
minute?
command has been acknowledged.
Like, that's the number you have to get through.
What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
My brother Aoi swallowed hard and
I
answered.
think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator. And that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And
Incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. He was a huge, frightening mountain of a man as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him 7.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
We're seeing this from Akane's point of view. The rest happened just like 7 had said it did. The 4 of us who stayed behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent away from the incinerator and slid down into the hall. We came out on the other side of door 9. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral staircase. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Aoi, Snake, and 7. The other children, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. Wait, what? I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That was when I realized...
Oh no, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
I knew I'd had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then, had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back, I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me, I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think, I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase. I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around
There it
frantically.
is!
What was the present? It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs and freedom... This is sad. The door to the incinerator opened, and a man stepped out. It was Hongo. Gintaro Hongo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
No. I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Then suddenly,
Akane!
the door to the stairs flew open, and my brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake.
Akane!
He cried my name again as he leapt forward towards Hongo.
You came back!
I cried out, but then
Ah, you're too late, idiot!
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. The force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked towards the open number 9 door. Hongo stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. Those fists never reached Hongo. Why is it shut there? With the cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and he removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later... Wait, so did Akane have the ability to escape this whole time? The 2 other doors slid shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran towards the door with the 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here.
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door.
What?
Then it started again.
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Incineration will
Oh,
begin
Junpei
in
vision.
18 minutes. Please
Junpei
evacuate
vision.
the incinerator immediately.
I'm Akane right now. Holy shit, man. I knew what I was gonna say, but that is one hell of a creepy voice. I knew what it was gonna
I
say.
knew it.
Wait, what?
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
Oh no.
What the hell?
Why?
What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about? It's 9 years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments.
I'm
You
sorry,
aren't
Lotus.
making any sense.
There's a lot you don't know.
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now.
We're gonna burn
Promise,
to
I'll tell
death.
you everything once we get out of here.
We're gonna.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
You know what that means, right?
Incinerate means burn.
Yeah, I know.
What kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means. Well, god damn it.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine.
Let's figure this out.
Ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want.
Let's just
But
get
you
out
have
of
to
here.
Do something for me. 7. Figure this out.
Why did she ask 7?
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing.
Please.
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
Please.
There isn't anything like that.
Maybe
How
we
the
can
hell
do
do
the
you
number
know?
9.
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. Wait. The floor, it's moving. What? Wait, what? What else can I say about it, but...
What the hell is that?
Can't I vision?
What is that?
Oh. What else could I say? The floor opened and a machine rose up out of it. It looked like a computer. At least, it kind of did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off even as more took their place and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. All I can see on the screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kind of freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kind of drives it home. Okay, Junpei, just calm down, alright? Everything's gonna be okay. God, man, I wish that thing would just shut up.
Incineration will begin in
15 minutes. Okay. Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's gotta be important, but what the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, move!
Gah! Hey, real tense, lady. That doesn't mean you get to shove people around.
It's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though.
Okay.
Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's
nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it? Yeah. Sure, I'll just push buttons. I'm sure that'll... Password? Huh, well... At least it's on now. What's on the screen, though?
What is this?
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
I think I get it. It's got a bunch of numbers and letters scattered across a 5x5 grid. The numbers range from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle, the incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
I hope so. Alright, puzzle, how do you work? Ah, man, that voice, goddamn voice again.
Incineration will begin in 13 minutes.
13 minutes. Shit, 13 minutes. Can we really do this? My heart feels like it's gonna pop. My heart was pounding like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. My concentration to Jumpy had been gone for a while. My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while. Still so much. His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. I felt the seconds tick by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window in the entry door was a face, a frightening evil face. It was Hongo. How long had he been there watching me?
Don't know what to do?
No. He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
Oh, really? But I suppose I might as well tell you.
Okay.
To solve the puzzle on that machine.
Hongo. His laughter was muffled by the door, but it still tore at my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hongo, struggling to hold back hot tears.
You're a terrible person! I hate you!
Oh my! How could you call a gentleman such as myself
Oh no!
a terrible person?
That's
not very nice. I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty. You see? I've even left you a way out.
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
Right.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again.
True.
I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as
True.
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man.
If you can
If
escape.
you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success.
If you succeed, you will escape.
The verification function of
The red? Then I remembered. He had put 2 in.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red.
The first is 1,
and the
second is 3.
Say, Akane, what's your number?
I looked down at my left hand. The face on my bracelet showed a 5. Oh. That makes 9. 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9. I ran to the door with the 9 on it. I grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner panel. It's not.
You really aren't one for listening.
We gotta solve the puzzle first. I hear Hongo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I?
Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function on the red will activate. Oh my god.
If you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
I'm like 9 years old.
Why are you doing
I'm
this?
a 9-year-old girl. Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys.
What do you mean?
Now start the experiment.
What does he
Solve
mean?
the puzzle.
I can't! I don't know how!
Shit.
Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you?
No, I'm very...
Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
Oh, shit.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I
Oh,
imagine
no.
it will be very painful.
Hongo's insane. He's actually insane. His horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
10 minutes. I've got to do something. I was crying, great gulping sobs, broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I can't. I just can't. There's no way. I can't figure this out.
You can. It says password. Oh, what was I gonna do? I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was gonna die. My palms were sweating and my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest, as if it would pound itself to pieces. Oh. I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Jumpy had given me. At least I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed.
Help me! Jumpy! Help me! Help me! Help me! Jumpy! Jumpy! Jumpy!
What?
Please! Help me! Jumpy!
Akane?
Akane?
Who the hell is Akane?
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
Seven and Lotus don't understand. I think Clover and Snake have an idea, though. Clover's looking at me, and I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here?
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane! Say something!
Fuck. Did something break our connection? I swear I just heard her. Shit.
Akane! Answer me! Akane!
Jumpy?
I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. He wasn't in the room, of course, but I'd heard it so clearly, like he was right there.
Jumpy!
I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
Jumpy!
Okay, that's her. She's there. Then that means...
Akane! Akane!
Are you in an incinerator right now?
Yes, I am! How did you know?
couldn't believe that he knew that. What? Now I understand what Santa meant.
There's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister.
To save Akane. I think I get it now.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
Jumpy, we don't have time!
Let's do it. Let's, as quickly as I could, I told him that I have to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator.
Got it!
And I do too. I get everything now. At last I finally understand what all of this means. I know why the nonary game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe it, but there's only one possible answer. June is... 0 is... Akane Kurashiki. She recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No, she's trying to save herself right now. That means that there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Akane Kurashiki. I must save her, no matter what.
Incineration will begin in 6 minutes.
The voice reminded me of how much time I had left. Yeah, we're wasting a lot of time, right?
I'll get you out of there.
Let's go. Stop thinking and talking.
So don't worry, alright? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. I felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. Alright, time to get to work, Junpei. Is Snake talking to them about something? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Get out of my way.
Hey, what are you...
Just trust me, okay?
I'm gonna solve this. Sorry, Lotus. I didn't mean to snap, but there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later, alright? Now let's have a look at this thing. We've got numbers all over this grid. I think the panels are out of order, so I just need to switch these out. Staring at it isn't going to accomplish anything. I'll just have to try.
Think of what I did all those times before. I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
Okay. And it's the final puzzle. Seek a way out. Guys, there's still a lot we have to do, but I'm gonna leave it here. We're on the final puzzle. I think this is wild, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave those likes down below. We're close to the end. Let's finish this together, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode of Whatever I Make. Stay safe, Bully Squad. See ya!